Back a week after a blast near Delhi's iconic Red Fort claimed 13 lives, a self-recorded and undated video of the bomber Dr. Umar Mohammed has now emerged, and this video shows him talking about suicide bombing. Now, suicide is forbidden in Islam, and Umar Mohammed appears to be justifying suicide bombing as an act of martyrdom in this video. Now, this has also raised a disturbing question, which is, of course, at the heart of India's security challenge today. How does a young, educated, seemingly ordinary professional get pulled so deeply into a violent ideology that he can calmly prepare for a suicide attack and also glorify it? How can we prevent the creation of several Umars amongst us? That's what we discuss in the course of the next few minutes. Joining us to talk about this is Zafar Sareshwala. He's a businessman and also former Chancellor of Maulana Azad National Urdu University. We have Nasir Kuhami, who's a national convener of Jammu and Kashmir Students Association. He's also an activist, a humanitarian activist. Thank you both of you for being part of this broadcast. Before I come to you, let's get you a glimpse of what Umar said today.
One of the very misunderstood concept is concept of what has been labeled as suicide bombing. It is martyrdom operations, and it is being known in Islam. There are multiple contraindications, but there are multiple arguments that have been brought against it. Martyrdom operations. When a person presumes that he is going for sure die at a particular place at a particular time, he goes against the presumption that a particular is going to die in a particular situation. It's not, we don't have situation.
Mr. Sareshwala, first to you, how does modern radicalization work in today's world, sir? Because you are a devout Muslim. And how do you see the justification of the concept by a person like this who's also accused of a terror attack now?
I heard it is pathetic and most gruesome anti-Islamic thought. First, Islam, the biggest sin is suicide. Second, to kill innocent. I mean, you are becoming a suicide bomber, you are committing an act of grave sin, and then you are killing innocent people, which is again a grave sin. In Islam, Vasuda, even where you are in war, the first Khalif has written letters, and these are in Hadith. Even when you are in war, you are fighting, even at that time, you cannot kill a woman, old people, children, religious people. Don't attack or desecrate religious places. Don't destroy agriculture. So it's not fair, and everything is fair in love and war. This is not a concept of Islam. So this is heinous. And again, see, we have been doing a program called Talim Ki Taqat, or now we call it Talim Tarbiyat, where we teach the Muslim youth. Now, of course, we have broadened it. We teach them basic finance, basic capital market and entrepreneurship. And in last 10, 11 years, we have done these in 67 cities in the country, including 6 places in Kashmir. We did this in between 2021 and 23. We did in 7 places. We did in Srinagar, we did in Pulwama, we did in Kargil, we did in Leh, Ladakh, and also in Poonch.
Right.
And I was threatened. I was threatened by these people when I did the first program in Srinagar. We did in Sher-e-Kashmir auditorium.
Right.
In fact, when we did in Pulwama, again I was threatened by these people.
Why were you threatened, sir?
Yes, they threatened that you are puncturing our narrative. And I had a face-to-face discussion with these people. In fact, to that extent that we also do women's entrepreneur program also. In Pulwama, we had to cancel. The army people, they took me away. They said, Zafar bhai, aapke upar threat hai. Aur aapki wife ke upar threat hai. We had to change we were doing in the girls' polytechnic in Pulwama.
Right.
in at least 7-8 places. So I used to argue there at that time. Yes, see, we have to accept, Vasundhara, that such elements exist in us. Until I don't identify this illness which is inside me, I will not be able to treat it.
Absolutely.
So originally we used to call it Talim ki Taqat.
Right.
But as we moved, I thought education alone will not help.
Okay.
We'll have to do, so we changed the whole structure.
So
And we call it-
counter-radicalization program works. That's very well said. Nasir Khayami, you also work with students and also with people in Kashmir, sir. The doctor or the accused in question here is a professional. He's a doctor. He works with students. He is described as a mentor by many, and he talks about Islam. How can society ensure that young people don't get misled by people like him? Mr. Nasir, I think you'll have to unmute yourself.
Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, please go on.
Ji, ma'am, we must understand that terror has no religion, terror has no region, terror has no identity. Those who believe such actions gain legitimacy in or around Kashmir are deeply mistaken. Whatever happened in Delhi, we condemn it in the harshest of words, and we believe that those who are involved in this incident, they must be strictly punished. They must, the perpetrators of this crime, they must be, dealt strictly. Kashmiri students those who are standing in different parts of country, whether in Kashmir or in mainland India, they believe in democracy and mainstream values. They rejected terrorism in all forms. They rejected violence in all forms. Whatever happened in Delhi, which has shaken entire nation, we strongly condemn this barbaric act of terror. Our heartfelt condolences are with those who lost their loved ones and those whose loved ones got injured in this brutal incident. Kashmiri students have always rejected any form of terrorism, any form of secessionism, any form of radicalization, and every ideology that seeks to divide or weaken India.
Absolutely.
We have never.
But Zafar Sareshwala, the point that you made, and I would like to take off from what Nasir also said, that there are people like this amongst us, and it's important to identify them so that everybody else gets protected. How are extremist groups also tailoring their outreach to educated youth and professionals? Because the doctor module that got unraveled in the last few days is a wake-up call to the country.
See, actually, now these days, before that I'll say that yes, within the Muslim community, outside the glare of media, every Friday now, we started this earlier and now it has spread across the country. Every Friday, the Imam during his sermon, he talks about this. But unfortunately, what's happening, Vasundhara, the sane voices of Muslim community don't get chance to come on TV. That's, I don't know, first time in so many years, NDTV has called me. Because the kind of people who come on TV, Muslims, until and unless they don't blast or the politician class, so the country thinks that this is the kind of Muslim community ideology. But I want to assure you, the kind of people you all bring on the television, एक वो बन गया है कि 3 इंच की टोपी, 6 इंच की दाढ़ी, बड़े भाई का कुर्ता, छोटे भाई का पजामा. This is not the Muslim identity. Outside the glare, lot of things are happening, and we are also been doing. I have done in 67 cities, and we talk about this. And unfortunately, what is happening now, and I tell the parents, because this radicalization happens at a young age. It is very important, like, the pornographic and that material, widely spreading on, internet, on now even on Insta, Facebook, so many social medium. Now it is the duty of Muslim parents that they should watch what their children are seeing. I confront my extended family children because they, what these people are doing. They quote false hadith. For example, which is very common now, that Ghazwa-e Hind, ke Ghazwa-e Hind hone wala hai. This is a false hadith. This has been dealt more than 1,000 years back. But unfortunately, that hadith come. But the falsehood which is spreading, that unfortunately does not come. So many things. For example, jihad. Now jihad is the most misused word.
Right.
Jihad is mentioned 41 times in Quran. And every single time it is connoted with struggle. And what struggle? Struggle to be good. So unfortunately, and I'll quote a hadith of Prophet. He says, वो हम में से नहीं, जिसकी हाथ से और जिसके जुबान से लोग महफूज न रहें. So now you tell me, how can this terrorism have anything to do with Islam? But yes, these people are Muslims. They call themselves Muslims. So it is the duty of the Muslims, and like Khomeini youngsters in Kashmir, they need to target. So it is also the duty of the parents
Right.
to see what kind of things their children are watching.
Absolutely.
It
It's a
is
very
the
important
duty.
point. Nasir, would you like to add something to this? Because there is a real concern that young people are getting influenced by, maybe selective interpretations of religion or religious text, and they are causing real harm to the world.
Absolutely, ma'am. Absolutely. There are n number of examples, especially in central universities in different parts of country, wherein Kashmiri students are getting influenced, with these elements who are associated with radicalism, who are associated with secessionism, who are associated with separatism in, different forms. And every ideology that seeks to divide, weaken our country. Though Kashmiri students, majority of them, they have never condoned violence, they have never, committed any sort of a crime. But these, incidents, these issues, these acts, they created sort of a stigmatization on, Kashmir community as a whole. Whatever happened in Delhi, this was absolutely wrong. We are not, we condemn that in a harshest of words.
Right.
And I, as an organization, our families has from the region have made a number of sacrifices for the nation. But these incidents, they are pathetic, as Mr. Zafar Safreshwala said it. Our
Right.
people have stood with the nation, with the borders. They are protecting the country.
I think
with
that is the
courage,
most important
and
point. Thank you, Mr. Zareshwala, and thank you, Nasir, for joining us.